track lovers, and I am back again with another video. Today I have a special treat for you guys. Back to school for New York City is right around the corner, so I've been doing a lot of classroom decor for myself, for co-workers, and I wanted to do a first day t-shirt for myself to greet my students. So I decided on this DIY. So if you are doing this right now, you would need a white t-shirt, you would need red vinyl and blue vinyl, iron heat transfer vinyl. So if you don't have that, make sure you have that. You will need a ruler, you will need pencil to write on the fabric to give yourself an outline. Ava wants to be on video, clearly. Yes, that's Ava. You can follow her on IG, Ace Boogie and Ava Brooklyn. They have their own Instagram. Look, she know I'm doing a YouTube channel. She does this all the time. So yeah, so you would need those materials. You would need a cutting machine. I have a Cricut maker. Shout out to Cricut. I also have a Cricut Easy Press. So if you don't have a Easy Press, you can use an iron, depending on what vinyl you use. Depending on the temperatures it would need to bond into the t-shirt. But that is the alternate route to take if you don't have a Easy Press machine. I will be working in Design Space, so you will need a laptop. I will be showing you everything that I've did to create this look, so no worries. You will also need some type of phrase that is geared towards you, the person that you are making the t-shirt for, so that you can put on the loose leaf paper. So make sure you have that handy. I have that. I will be showing you all of this in the video, so I need you to keep watching. Hey guys, to do the loose leaf look on a t-shirt, you would need to do the following things, right? So I have this square that I took from the shape section, and I sized it at 0.1767 width and then 11.5 height, because I have the 12 by 24 mat, but I don't have vinyl that long, so I decided to just cut it up in two. So you would definitely need two, so let me duplicate that depending on the size of your t-shirt. So I did a medium U size t-shirt for myself. So I only needed two of the red lines at, again, the width 0.167 and height at 11.5, and that was large enough to fit on the shirt. Now for our punch holes, 3 punch holes, I sized it at 0.5 width and 1 inch height, and that is for 3 of them. Now for the blue lines, it is the same height as the red one. Width is 0.167 and height is 11.5. Now depending on how thick you want your lines to be on your shirt, that will determine how many lines you need to do. But what I did is I did enough. Let me count them in total so you guys can see. So I'm zooming out so I can count them to see how many I have, right? So all of these covered a 12 by 12 Cricut mat, 48. But I did not use all of them for the medium U-size shirt. I used 28 of the blue lines, and that is a combination of cutting and putting them where they belong. So let's get started, and you guys can see how it looks when it is on the mat to create. So you would do right now, you're gonna click the make it in the top right corner. That's Ace and Ava in the background, guys. And again, change it to 4 by 6 because we only have 3 punch holes, and you don't need any bigger size, because the 3 can fit in a 4x6 depending on the vinyl that you're using. If you want to change it to a 12 or 5, that's fine, but I like to use the amount vinyl size measurement for the material size. And this is how it looks for the red and the blue. The mat is covered total. I think one more could fit on here, but I just -1 because it goes onto the next mat. It looked like it can if you move it over, but I just left it as is, so I was able to cut each of them off one by one once I removed the vinyl that wasn't needed. So we're gonna click on continue, and we're gonna let the Cricut connect to the machine. Once it connects to the machine, you will be brought to this. I use Cricut Sport Flex iron-on. I like it because it's stretch and it holds really well and it washes really good in the machine. I never have any complaints with Cricut vinyl. Some people don't like it, but I don't mind. So I already have Sport Flex iron-on in my favorites because I use it often for shirts. So you're gonna click on that, and then they give you a message. It says make sure mirror is turned on and iron-on material is faced shiny side down on the mat. So make sure you do that. The iron-on vinyl needs to be shiny side down. So once that is done, now we're going to place everything on the mat, and let's get started. So I put the first piece of vinyl, this is leftover HTV vinyl I have for the 4x6, 3 punch holes for the t-shirt. So you would load it in the machine, you would press the flashing arrow sign, and then you would click on the Cricut sign, and it will create your 3 punch holes, which in this case are 3 circles. Once that is done, you would take that out. And I have aluminum foil there. I don't know if you guys know this trick, but if your blade is not as sharp as it should be, you can use aluminum foil, ball it up, take your knife blade that you're using to cut material, and you just stick it inside of the aluminum foil. See, it is done. I don't know if you can see the 3 circles. There you go. You can see it now. I then loaded the blue heat transfer vinyl onto the mat. I pressed the arrow button, and then once the blade is found and the Cricut maker reads it, you click on the Cricut button. Cricut design will prompt you what to do if you're unfamiliar, and the machine will cut the squares, or should I say long rectangles that we created in design space, and it will continue to cut evenly one by one. So to speed up the process, I am going to speed up the video so you guys don't have to see the slow motion. So we're just about finished, so we're going to move on to the next part. So I'm now going to weed out each of the vinyl pieces. I'm going to start with the red to give myself a reference on where do I need to place each blue line that will represent the lines that you write on loose leaf. So I'm going to cut off one, I'm going to weed one out, and then I'm going to weed the rest of them out without cutting them. So I have the ruler handy when I start, but right now I just want to weed out all of the vinyl. Weeding is a tedious process, but it's so worth it to make sure you get it right. So you do one by one and you weed it out separately. I like to, when it's this tiny, I like to just get the top of the vinyl and then work my way down. So once that is done, it will look like this, and you can see all of the 12 by 12 vinyl is used. Now I'm going to take a pencil and I reference the red line, and what I did is on the height side of the red line, I measured each line going down 1 inch. And as I did that, I went across with a pencil. I had to get a better pencil because it wasn't showing the lines dark enough. And you do that all the way down. So each line going down is 1 inch apart, which will give you enough room to put in whatever phrase or line that you have. Iron on the red vinyl and make your 1 inch lines down to the end of the shirt. Hey guys, so I just finished measuring each line and I am ready to start adding the vinyl, the blue vinyl. And it's going to go right on top of the pencil that I used. Again, you will need a t-shirt. You will need vinyl. This is Cricut Sports Flex vinyl, blue and red. And I also have some circles that I cut out. I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to put them on. They're black for the 3 punch holes. I'll see, but I still cut them out just to make sure. So I'm going to put these on one by one. I'm going to start with this side, and then I'm going to work on my sides. And let's get started. I'm about to speed up the video, guys. Now we're going to start the phrase. I ran out of Cricut black vinyl, so I'm using this vinyl, and it's like a shinier blue. So choose your colors, guys. So I'm in Design Space right now, and you need a phrase. So this is my little letter to my students. That's Ava and Ace playing in the background. Sorry, guys. So I put the school year. I put the first day of school because that's when I am wearing it, that students attend. I titled it My Promise to You, and it's like a letter to the students. And you know, the first day of school, kids is always like, oh, what you got on? You got on the first day of fresh school day stuff, or whatever you want to call it. I remember my first day of school. You always want to be dressed to impress. So this is going to be my outfit. So it says, dear students, as your teacher, I promise to always be in one of 3 places. 1, in front of you to cheer you on. 2, behind you to have your back. And 3, next to you so you aren't walking alone. And then on the bottom, my little personal message, but most importantly, I promise to build relationship with you all and believe in you every step of the way. I have high expectations for you all, and remember, I will never give up on you. We are in this together. Miss Mitchell. So that is what is going on the shirt, I'm going to make sure each is the height it needs to be to fit on the lines, and then we are going to make it. So I have to go and measure the shirt to see once again how far apart the lines are. So I'm going to do that right now. So right now I measured the shirt. They're both the lines with the spaces between each line are about 1 inch, but to be on the safe side, I am going to put the height at 0.6. Right now it's at 0.8, but I'm gonna change that. You want to make sure it's unlocked, and you're gonna put in 0.6. Now, depending on how you space yours out, make sure you measure the spaces between the lines. My lines are 1 inch apart, but to ensure that everything fits on a line, I'm going to put it at 0.6 to give space, to have enough space in that I'm not overlapping on the lines. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to come back to you guys, and we'll be cutting out the sentences. Again, make sure the mirror is on. I have it on a 12 by 24 mat because I am using, even though it's black here, I didn't have enough black, so I changed the font color to blue. You're going to see that as I iron on the letters that they will be in blue. And I do the weeding process. So this is not black. The writing will be in blue. And as you can see, it's mirrored, and it's 51% through the cutting process. So when that is done, you'll see me weeding it, and we'll start the iron-on process. Keep watching. The Cricut Maker is almost done cutting the letters out so we can iron them on our t-shirt. I decided to speed it up so you don't have to go through the long process. So it's just about done, so let's get started. And just like that, I am done. I'm about to start the weeding process. I'm gonna speed up the video so you guys can see me in action. And just like that, we are done. Remember, if you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comment section below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And until next time, craft lovers.